I guess. Setting up the meeting for Facebook Live, Fuzzy. I mean, we can always look at other software again. I think for more
No,
testing, this is actually good. Also, it's weird that you actually get redirected to this thing right here, right? I'm not sure if I'm sharing my screen still, but I'm
we
being
are
redirected
sharing.
to Facebook. Wow, why not share to the actual
Exactly.
thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess we're live, buddy.
We have been live for quite a while now. So,
We are?
yeah.
Oh, 33 seconds already.
Yeah.
Get redirected to this thing right here, right? Oh, okay, cool. So again, I'm liking our stuff.
It's always good to like your own stuff.
That's one, two people are already watching. One of the guys that's watching is you, and the other one is me. So now a third and a fourth joined just now. I'm really looking forward to see who is the first one that's going to say hi to us in this new live here on a Wednesday. I think it's the third, yeah, the 3rd of June, and it's another Chatbot 101 Q&A. It's again Rob from Miami, who is the first one to actually come to. Hola, dudes. Hey, Rob. I hope you're well,
Hey,
man.
Rob. It's always good to see you. We got used to you here on this
Yeah.
live. Make sure you don't miss the next ones, so we'll be very
Exactly. It's
unhappy.
gonna be strange if you're not
Yeah.
new. Most like if you're part of the team, Abhishek, one of our developers, liking the live, which is also good. Awesome. Um, yeah, so let's see. We got three people going on right now. I did not do a lot of stuff in terms of sponsored messaging through this live to boost the attendance. I did not do an email this time. Mostly because yeah, we had a busy week so far. A lot of calls, right, Fuzzy? A
Yeah.
lot of new cool stuff in the pipeline, company wise, software wise, development wise, training wise, all that good stuff. So, but those things need to be planned, right? So that actually takes up some time too.
Yeah, it is.
Um,
So Rob says that he had no idea that this was going on. It just popped up. And that explains actually what you were just mentioning.
Yeah, so
So
every Wednesday, Rob, we are doing a live. This has been mentioned a couple of times before in our previous lives as well. I think so far we did two or three right now, and we could continue to do so. One week it will be more of a training-driven kind of thing, like a small reveal, like the one we did last week, where we were talking about the coming integration, which is now there already, Zapier. And today it's more or less like a Q&A, and we do got some agenda points we want to go over if there's no real questions. Now, the Q&A at the end can be about anything. However, we want to ask you guys some questions. First, looking to the chat. Hey, Michael, again from San Diego. I'm having a little bit of a deja vu. It's I think the last live kind of
yeah,
like this
it looks
as well.
exactly like it.
You Rob from Miami, Michael from San Diego. Cool.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, of course, Rob. That's actually the one we are going to do the next week. So Rob is asking,
Yes.
can one of these chatbot one-on-ones be about the strategies and conquering the 24-hour rule? Real life examples on how to be more effective. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
There is already another live
Yes.
about this, which is the policy change. I recently just commented on a post in the Facebook group with that live. I can send it over to you as well. It has basically everything you need already. Um, Anything you would like to add on that note, Fauzi? Because
Yes,
you
that's
do get this question a lot, right?
yeah, we get this question a lot. That live session that we did last time covered up about all the strategies that you
Yeah.
could use to conquer the 24 hours rule that you just mentioned. One of the things that we probably need to have a training on is the one-time notification, because I think that was mentioned briefly last time,
Yeah.
and it is one of the things that you can also use for the 24-hour rule. So we will probably dedicate one full live session just talking about the one-time notification, how you could use it. some examples of usages of it, and we can maybe even craft some flows that you can import directly for the one-time
That would be cool. I think
notifications.
that's a really cool idea because we didn't really shed a lot of light on the one-time notification, right?
Yeah, indeed.
That's something to definitely tackle because you've seen these other competitors of ours. They're talking about email. They're talking about SMS, and we do that stuff as well, right? Through integrations, we got the
Mm,
Twilio integration, we got the Nexmo integration, or which is now Phonage, by the way.
yeah.
Plivo integration, we got the Centigrade SMTP integrations, Milgun, all that stuff. So we can already do that stuff. However, we never indeed talked about a one-time notification, which is actually a feature by Facebook, giving you the ability to reach out to people outside the 24-hour window for free. So
It's a good
I
occasion
guess,
because
yeah,
this feature as a whole is not really used yet that much inside face. I mean, from Facebook talks and statistics, that one-time notification is still a new thing, and a lot of marketers are not still using it.
yeah, they
Not
don't
sure.
really know what
I
to do.
think there is a lack of training everywhere about this, and I
Well,
think
to start with Facebook for
yeah, with Facebook
sorry.
first, yeah, it is.
It's just like
That's
here
immediate.
you go. This is what you can do right now, and there's no real life or no real.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, yeah. So I think we can do a good job and just
Rob,
pick up the best stuff. Yeah.
Rob, one final. I'm gonna answer this question for you, and then we are going to head into this little thing right there, and then probably move over to the Q&A. We do got some questions about the templates that I want to specifically get some more information from you guys. But you're asking, I'm not sure if it's possible, but if there's a way to label these videos so it's easier to figure out what the subject matter is on each and every one of them. I actually sent you a private message, which you received and actually thanked me for, to the playlist on YouTube with all these lives. And those have nice little titles and descriptions where you can exactly see what the life is about. So again, go to that YouTube playlist you have received, and you find that specific live about the 24-hour rule and what's due there as well. It's the policy changes for somewhere in. Yeah, it's no worries. It's there. You can actually take a look at it. It's the policy changes. It mentions something like policy changes, and if you find that video, you're good to go. With that said, guys, I just want to move over to this agenda real quick. Again, this is a general Q&A where I do have some questions about templates, and we are going to do some more Q&A at the end of this live. Then the next one will probably, as just discussed, will be about the one-time notification, right, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so templates, guys. Let me know what you think about the templates. Our team has been working around the clock for the last months to actually provide you with these cool looking things. We actually pretty much systemized the entire thing so we can actually pump out a lot of templates each and every month, which is great. However, we do want to know if we're still on the right direction and if these templates are missing something you would like to see added. So a couple of questions you could consider to answer is, do you even use them? I mean, we see a lot of things in our backend and the Facebook notifications pop up everywhere because I think Fancy you too, we are admins on these all of these template pages that are attached to these templates,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
So we can actually see that there's a lot of engagement on previewing these templates. So there's a lot of interest. Do you actually use the templates as well? This is one question I want to ask to you guys now. Um, Let me know if you do. I know we only got 9 people on. Even if you watch this live later, and at a later time today, let me know if you actually use the templates. And then as a second question, do you create those templates for yourself as well? Do you use a template and build on that and create basically create a whole new template out of that, or do you create templates out of scratch as well? It's something we would like to know and see if that feature is actually being appreciated and being used. We can see activity from our backend on it, but no real engagement as far as we like to see. So we we basically are after some more feedback from you guys to see if this template section is worthwhile considering to be a priority.
Yes, there are so many that I even lost the count of them. Do you have a
I
like a
got
real?
I got the count. Last April it was 120. I think in May we
Wow,
added 12 more, so I think we're on 132 right now.
that's
And
that's a lot of
yeah,
templates.
and we got a buffer, right? I mean, we got a
Yeah.
lot of things in store, and the team is actually creating more and more and more.
Wow.
Um,
Well, with 130 templates,
at some
I
point, we're
think.
going to stop. I think 200 right now is a good goal to go for, and then basically create templates based on more of a request kind of basis. Like if we got 200, we basically got all the general niches.
Yeah, I think we got a lot of niches, categories. I think we covered most of them, if not all of the
Yeah,
categories that we were hitting as anyways as well. Yeah.
yeah. Cool. So yeah, there's a
Yes.
lot of things we can actually do in regards to templates. One of the things we are going to talk about in a bit.
So both Rob and Michael actually do use and like the templates. One helpful thing Rob says would be templates that accomplish things for niches like restaurant ordering. This is actually a pretty good point that we have here. So I think the restaurant templates already have a booking, some booking flows
They
that
do
are.
have a booking flow, but what I think Rob is mentioning or hints at is that there is no complete thing with an integration that actually completes that hooks
Mm,
that chatbot into the system right away. Let
yeah,
me know, Rob, if that's actually what you mean. If so, that's something you actually have to add to it yourself because we don't know each and every restaurant in this matter or in this example actually uses a different kind of or can use a different kind of booking software. Some I actually use Google Calendar, an integration we got coming up, by the way. If that's the case, that's something we can actually add to a template, a specific booking flow. Um, but right now, if you're looking to integrate it directly with the booking software of the restaurant's choice, that's something you need to do either through webhooks, through Zapier, or ask us for a native integration as well. Each and every template comes with a booking flow, with an appointment flow, or whatever you would like to call it. The change there is going to be that we are going to, and now I'm going to skip ahead just a little bit, with the web views. The web views allow you to pop up a date and time picker for the subscriber, and they can simply tap or click on the date they would like to do. Right now, it's still they need to type it in. Um, that's too much of an action because now you need to ask how many which date, and I mean there's a chance it's highly likely that people are going to make a typo and then they need to redo the entire thing. Now with the date and time picker you can actually just click on date and click a time, which makes it easier for your subscribers or people to book for instance a table on a restaurant. Not sure if that's a thing still in this in these Corona times, but here in the Netherlands they just opened up the 1st of June. They opened up the restaurants again, and we can actually
eat
start
again.
eat again in restaurants. Not sure how that works around the world, but definitely restaurant templates are going to be interesting after all this Corona stuff is over. Um,
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, we get your point, Rob. I think Michael also agrees with Rob about this. It's more like support templates or order flow. So what is happening is they are even though they are restaurant templates, but some like they have that general vibe. Like it's more informational than
informational, yeah.
yeah, informational than like doing a process. It's more of giving information back and from to the user than go from process A to process B and
Mhm.
do that stuff. Again, like you mentioned, Stefan, it's very hard to come up with a general thing that fits everyone in terms of ordering systems or even payment systems, because this is something that also needs to be added if we're talking about an ordering system. Uh, this is something we need to think about and see if we can actually craft a complete solution as a template, then give it away. Then you could probably just hook Stripe or PayPal details in that template stuff, and it will just work like that.
Something to
Yeah,
think about,
yeah,
Fuzzy. I'm not picturing it right away though.
yeah.
It would mean that we need to create our own CRM. I think a nice in between step could be Google Sheets, but perhaps not. I think a direct integration with the booking software of the restaurant's choice is best, because that can actually give a call back to Clever Messenger and then tell the subscriber in turn that the booking is indeed finished. And it plays nice. Like you can actually report existing available dates and times as well,
Yeah.
right? So that's
Yeah, something that we also want to achieve is just keep the whole flow or the whole experience inside Messenger without having to go outside. Now, this is something that came up recently. Stefan, I think we shared this together, is the Facebook currency, digital
Mhm.
currency. So it
Yeah,
was called Libra a few months ago, and it's got renamed to
Novi,
Nova.
Novi or Nova.
I think it was Nova. I'm not sure from where they come up with these names, anyways. But I
Novi.
remember it has something to do with Latin.
Yeah,
It
Novi.
was new.
Yeah,
Novi?
yeah.
Okay, Novi, cool. Nice. So yeah, so that will enable payments to happen right inside Messenger. Now with the shops functionality that was also integrated inside Facebook, and it's going to come also in Messenger, then I think these templates will have a better value where we can provide the payment system with that Novi thing built in with the shops that could be created inside Messenger, probably something that we built also inside Clever Messenger.
Yeah.
If we hook all these things together, then you will be able to perform all of that system of that process right inside Messenger without having to talk with any third-party services or the needs to hook it to anywhere else. This is where we will see more value out of the templates, I guess.
Cool. Nice
Yeah.
notion. I just want to head back right there. Rob, I hope that answers your feedback or can help you on the way. I can see that indeed Michael has mentioned some stuff as well, like it's more like support templates or order flow. Just going to go
This
to
is good, actually. Oh, this is a
date and
good feedback.
time. When will that be coming? The date and time. This is, I guess, a question to you, Fauzi. Is there any ETA you can give us regarding web views, or
Well, with reviews, we had a little problem. We had a little internal problem. So we were expecting reviews to actually come up on a certain dates, but
yeah,
some events did happen that delayed it a little bit. So we
yeah.
have to do a replanning there before we can actually come up with certain dates for the reviews. But they definitely are there. They are created.
It is
We need to,
implementation, right? I mean, the
yeah.
technology is there. What I could gather is I would definitely want to touch upon this in terms of styling. And I can see that it needs a little bit more work in terms of implementing this actually inside the Flow Composer. What we have seen right now already from the developer responsible for this is that there was already the output, and it actually does a lot of cool things. We have discussed in a previous live as well, right?
Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff. Again, Michael, not sure when the ETA then is. We need to plan it in. Again, it's ready, but since we had some internal issues with the team, the the web views stuff is actually a little bit postponed. And do know that once this feature is ready, you guys can actually use it, but it's then that the team responsible for the templates are going to actually put all of their focus on adding that power to the templates there as well, each and every template. So it's I think it's I'm not going to give you a time frame because you will help me accountable, and I cannot promise anything when it comes to this stuff. So no, yeah. So you just have to wait. I'm waiting for it as well, and it's glorious. I like it. It's cool, and it's going to help us a lot.
Yeah.
Cool. And you're saying, okay, I understand the development process, man.
This
It's
is very good to hear, actually. It's not an easy job, the development process, Michael. I think we all agree on that. Things happen, things that you don't expect. But this is how it goes. This is That's the
Another
nature of
one,
it. Yeah.
another request from you. Like I think the questions are going all over the place right now, and I really like it. I will um, ask the one of the questions I still got for you guys in just a bit. I will up my screen and share my screen. You were
Before you go to
mentioning
that,
that
Stefan,
you,
there was a question. Sorry to interrupt you from Michael, which
yeah,
was
that's
about
the one
putting.
I'm actually
Okay,
technical.
cool, nice.
So you were asking Michael. Also, you're going to put the flows into categories, so we don't have to go through the whole list, looking to our next flow to add, going from one flow to another. Yeah, a lot makes a lot of sense. I think you're hinting to the use of folders. I guess Fauzi wants to take that up because he's been talking a lot of about folders throughout the last month already.
Yeah, it's the case. I think what also Michael mentioned is on the import process for the flows, there needs to be categories just like what we have for the templates, so that you don't have to go through all that 60 premium flows lists.
Yeah, and it's going to be only more and more because it's something I
Yeah.
really want to start elaborating on. Like,
Yes. I think we discussed this few months ago, where you had an idea about how the importing process will be, Stefan.
yeah,
Uh, where you'll be expecting to see categories there. That's for sure, Michael. Categories and some more stuff on that importing process that will come up there. Yeah, that's something that we're planning. That was an idea that we validated together, and we for sure pursue it. In addition to the folders that Stefan mentioned now, which is a way to also organize your own flows.
yeah,
Yeah.
really cool stuff. And I do want to mention one thing, and I just opened up Clever Messenger right here. Just add this to the mix. I think we're now in page I own, yeah. So let me just go right here. We do have a lot of flows that have already been created for you. So each and every customer has actually access to what we baptized as premium flows. You simply click on the three dots right here and click on import. And you type in, this actually fetches everything, all the flows you have on all your pages. So you can actually use that as a cross import feature. So if you like a flow on one page and you want to add it to another page, you can actually use this nifty little wizard to speed up your work. However, we do have something called premium flows, and I need to. Sure, this is the one, right? I mean,
Yeah, you're seeing a lot because it's fetching everything from your account, Stefan.
yeah,
So
of
that's
course.
more than what everyone we see.
Yeah, of course, but
Yeah.
it kind of stops here. So here,
Yeah.
everything that's marked premium, you actually can use. You can actually see this in your account as well, and you can use that in order to spice up your flow as well. So we got, I think, a qualified leads, capture lead flow, which is cool. You simply click on it, import the flow, and it imports the flow right away for you. Hopefully,
Now it's something that I think we wanted to ask this question also to our community. Like, I'm wondering which one gets more value out of I mean, between the templates and the flows. Which one would you rather use?
yeah, that's
Like,
yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Like this
see,
is would you like to see other types of templates as well? Because right now we have generic or templates for each and every category niche we can think of, right? But what Fauzi is mentioning is there perhaps not more value in getting specific templates like plug and play chatbot flows, like the one I'm demoing right now? Um, is that something you would rather see as opposed to the templates, or is it something you both really like? To be honest, we are more for looking for one that actually outweighs the other. Because if we give the option of pick both, then you guys are going to pick both because more is always better, right? I mean, but we are really looking forward to help you in a more specific manner. So I can demo another one right here. Let's go to premium. I think I got this one right here. We got a general FAQ. Choose your gift. I think this one was a really cool one. Actually works with segments, I believe. Really cool stuff. Yeah, so this all this stuff is actually ready for you guys. They are available to use as well for free. You can actually test it out, install it on any page you own, and test and see how it actually works. What we There's actually a couple of more flows that have not been added to the premium batch yet, so those will be added too, and there will be a post about that too. But let us know if this is something you would like to see as well, because these are things, pre-made little flows. I mean, I think Active Campaign is doing this as well, right? Active Campaign is doing a really good job with their recipe kind of thing. If for anyone who is actually using Active Campaign knows that if you want to add or import a certain template, they do templates as well. It's not an entire template like we are doing, but it's simply a single automation, much like what you're seeing right here as well. Um, Clicking on install will actually import that automation to your automation in Active Campaign as well. And you can immediately replace some of the values to your own liking, and then use that in your marketing campaign. It's something similar to this as well, which you can do too with what we have with what we called premium flows. Let us know if that's something you'd be interesting as well, so that you can utilize more of those things.
We got a few interesting comments. Actually, I really like this. So Michael says that he uses more generic flows and builds it to his own specific needs. This is good feedback. Thanks, Michael, for this. It makes sense as well that you just import your flow, you adapt it, and you're done. It's not much work. Although templates, like they give you a full setup, but also editing templates comes also with more work, right, than editing a single flow. So it's something that Rob also mentions here. Don't know if it's possible, but so many of my bots use the same company as company information in the setup, like phone number and emails, etc. Is there any new way to input multiple companies one time? And when you go to the setup process, you can pick a drop down from pre-entered companies that can automatically enter that information. It takes forever to input the same. Yes. This is something we actually wanted to implement.
Is this like
And
a, is this like just for me? I don't totally understand. Is this like a global fields for global fields?
well, not necessarily global fees from global fees, but remember we talked once about the ability to have placeholders on the templates when they are created, and on the setup process we have the possibility to replace those placeholders with certain values.
Mm-hmm. Fallbacks?
Well, not fallbacks, but it's more of
That's early setup in onboarding.
early setup for templates, so that you don't
Ah,
have to edit anything later after it's everything done on the setup process.
makes
Then
sense.
you can actually pick from your global fields. If you have, for example, two global fields that have two company names, then you have the ability to choose which one you would like to use for the company name, for example, and you're done.
Hmm.
So that's exactly what we've been discussing, Rob, and it's definitely something that we want to see implemented. I personally want to see this happening. We save a lot of time in the template setup process, and it's good that you mentioned this. It will save a lot of time, and I can see that it will bring a big value to the template setup process. Yeah.
Cool. Guys, any questions about those premium things? Otherwise, we'll just put it on the back burner for a little bit and put it on the backlog. Because I personally see a shift happening. Because at some point, with those templates we are building right now, there is you basically have they all kind of touch a niche. So a restaurant chatbot template can be used for any type of restaurant, basically, because it's that generic. And we want to do a little bit more specific things as well, but only if you guys actually value that stuff. So some feedback on that I would appreciate. Also, if you are watching this live later, let me know that, because that would help. Um, I should do a better job in increasing the attendance on the live so that we get more responses. Not that we do not appreciate your responses, Michael and Rob, because those are obviously epic. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Very good
Uh, Good
observations, remarks, and
observations, good
questions.
feedback.
Yeah,
Really awesome.
yeah.
Another question on the carousel: do the pics have to go through Dropbox? It's a real hassle versus just being able to post from a computer. Again, good question. I am actually we. This actually was a trade-off. Fauzi, you can take
Well,
this question, but
it's actually yeah, it's actually a trade-off. Uh,
I do.
so when you
I
up,
would like. I perhaps have a different opinion now than a couple of months ago. So I'm looking forward to see what you're going to say.
yeah, it was a trade-off because it was a trade-off because of resources, mainly because of resources on our ends, and this is something that think we need to have a different discussion on. But yeah, it was mainly a resources debate. If we're going to upload stuff and
You
have
can do a little bit
characters being
technical
used.
and basically explain
Yes.
the difference between the normal image and the carousel image,
Yeah.
and why Facebook is not.
By the
I
way,
don't
just
even
so you
know
know,
why.
Facebook only allows direct URLs to happen on carousels. It's different from. So I think what you. So let's actually. This is good that this is brought up. So we have two types of cards actually here. We have the media cards, which are the images and the video cards, which allow uh, direct links, and they allow uh, images to be uploaded from your computer. So the moment you will upload an image from your computer, you will not be able to add buttons to these media cards. However, if they are using a direct link, then you are able to use that. So that's one of the differences right there. For the carousel, there is not really a problem. I think if we get more demand on being able to upload from your computer directly, then we can simply hook it up there and let you guys do your thing.
I hope that answers your question. To be honest, I'm more now in Rob's camp. I do like saving resources, but seeing that this is not going to be a lot because I do got my own findings about this fuzzy. I want to talk to you about because once people are going to use carousels like the way they are probably meant to be used, which is dynamic, they don't really want to have uploaded static images anyways, regardless. Right? I
Yes,
mean,
that's also one of the reasons why we are
yeah.
listing direct links in this.
Yeah, so that's something to ponder about as well. I would like to see more of a upload feature to carousels too, but that's
Yeah,
something we need to get more traction from because and we need to think about.
yeah.
Let me just read that question again because there is also a mention of Dropbox per se. So on the carousel, do the pics have to go to Dropbox? Because it's a real hassle versus just to being able to post them from a computer. I just want to mention they don't have to be Dropbox. They can be anything.
Yeah, that's also true.
They don't have to be Dropbox links at all. It's something we just use for templates, and it's easier for us to do. Um, Premium
Yeah,
flows are always
one
good.
of the other reasons here, just to mention this as well, is because of templates and sharing. So
Yeah.
the moment you are putting direct URLs into your carousels, let's say that you create a very big flow or a big template and all actually use direct links, then the import process will be way faster for your users or your customers who actually buy your template or just use it. Versus if you just decide to upload to your computer directly, it's going to be a slower experience for them. Yeah. So I mean, even for you, it will be more interesting to add these links rather than upload them. So Rob says that I was told by your team that it had to go to
I
Dropbox.
highly believe that that's the case. And there might be something lost in translation right there.
Hmm.
I know that the team is watching all of our lives. If it's live,
Hello, team.
hello team. Um, Let me know in Slack, guys, if that's the case. Check check Rob's ticket and probably update it and tell him that it's not only Dropbox that can be used.
Yeah,
Um,
tiny peak can also be used, Rob. Any actually, any service. Yeah.
the entire thing, and I mentioned that on a reply on your Facebook post inside the group, uh, that Dropbox links are a little bit more tricky.
Yeah.
Uh, and that's that reason you actually find in that post. Michael is asking, premium flows are always good to expand the ID and process and customer choices. Well, good. Thank you for that feedback, Michael. Really appreciate that. Our team is doing a great job. Don't get me wrong, they do a great job. I love them.
Yeah. And of course, Rob, any concerns, they are welcome. This is a place where we also raise concerns and we get feedback.
Yeah. So just fire away. So if I mean, we always we are more of we what we really want to pursue is growth. So that's growth on everything, not only on the app Clever Messenger itself, but also in the company, and perhaps even the most important thing is individually. I mean, we inspire growth to each other as well. We really hold each other accountable. I mean, we might be leading this whole bunch right here, but sometimes I get a lot of crap and shit from people from support as well because I'm not doing a good job, and they can actually tell me that I'm wrong. And I think having that open mind and that open structure inside the company helps us to grow. So yeah, that's something I really want to add to the team. Really love our team. Um,
We
Something
love
to
also
add on that note,
our
Fazi?
customers. I
Yeah,
just would like to say that we love our customers as well. And we
obviously.
are ready
That
to,
goes without saying, man.
obviously, yeah. Good. So, yeah. So Rob says zero concerns. Seriously, that's maybe was a bad info that one time. Yeah. But they are very good. I'll tell you. I thought there were issues. Good. Nice.
Awesome.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, so I think we managed to talk about a couple of things right here. We have passed the 30-minute mark, and we can take any of your questions right now, but seemingly there's still 8 people on. I don't see that there's going to be a lot more questions. So let's just hang back for another 2 to 3 minutes so far and see if there is any questions. And just call it a day in a couple of minutes right now so that we can do some cool stuff. Is
Mm.
bots for Instagram coming? That's a huge one, Rob. I would like to say that bots for Instagram is perhaps coming. I'm not sure. We are kind of left in the dark in terms of Instagram and how that's going to be. We do see some things here and there in their API documentation that leads us to believe that they are working on something in terms of a messaging API. And if that's the case, then we can actually manipulate the messaging API and put that into Clever Messenger as well, so that we can do something with Instagram bots. However, right now, what we can see, and I'm really not the person to actually talk about this because I'm not that technical, but as far as I can see, it's not happening yet.
Yeah, it's probably not going to happen this year, but probably next year. That's from what we hear from Facebook. So, but we do get a certainty of, is getting more certain, is that Instagram integration will come before the WhatsApp integration,
Yeah,
actually.
so that's something I'm seeing as well. The Instagram is more likely to actually get bots than WhatsApp because WhatsApp has a lot of issues, and I don't, to be honest. What I think, and this is just hypothetical, I think because WhatsApp is something that was bought, it doesn't have the same vision that they had for Messenger, and it's actually an app that is in direct competition with their other app, Messenger, right? So
Yeah.
I don't see, while it has a lot of billions of users as well, I think it's the most smartest choice to actually um, phase it out and get those users into in Messenger as well.
Yeah, it's tough decisions that they have to make. They're actually getting a hard time figuring out what would be best for them. That's why we're also seeing these delays because that was announced at least. I mean, talks about WhatsApp have been going on for 2 years already, and
But then
still there is
already told
no.
me that the WhatsApp team isn't that big anymore. Only a couple of developers just maintaining features and not really adding much to it. Yeah, and basically the recent releases on Messenger itself, I think that's going to be just their core focus.
Yeah. So Micah says that I'm having trouble with the bots starting automatically in the person's messenger. Can this happen? And can you show me the card setup to do this if it can? Okay, so I'm not sure if this is actually a problem or you're trying to make this work. Trying to figure out. I'm having trouble with the bots starting automatically in the person's messenger. Can this happen? And can you show me the card setup to do this if I can? I'm not sure I understand this. Maybe
I'm not
Stefan.
mm, what I'm understand. I see sometimes as well if I, for example, create a bot or install a chatbot and I get in there from the get started button and I click on the get started button. Sometimes it does not fire the welcome message and it does not start the entire process. And then I need to do it again and then it starts. Sometimes it's a glitch, I think, but because
Yes.
I don't see that happening only on Clever Messenger based bots. Being running this company, we actually do take a look at our competitors as well. So we test a lot of things. I actually see that happening on some of the competing bot platforms out there as well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you mean
I,
this specifically, Michael.
I think what he means is that you send a message directly to a person's inbox, even if they are not a subscriber, right, Michael? I think this is what I get from this, most likely.
Uh, Starting automatically in the person's messenger. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
This is possible with the click to messenger ads, but they obviously have to click on that uh, button on their ad so that it starts. And this can also happen with the promotional messages, but this is given that they have subscribed to your bots in the past.
Cool.
Other than that, if they have never had a contact with your page, it's not possible to just send them a message or reach them.
Mhm. Ernest, if that does not answer your question, please forward that question to support Michael because this seems more like a support question.
Mhm.
Um,
Kudos that you send me an email if a page of mine isn't integrating with the bots. I never would have known. Oh, that's actually very good to hear. Nice. Nice to see that this feature is being actually
uh,
used. Nice, cool.
but
Yeah, so
I guess he's talking about once a page loses the page permissions, right?
yes,
You
yeah,
can have an email like your permissions are dropped, so log in and refresh your stuff.
yeah. I think something that we also wanted to implement is you also need to get this notification inside your messenger itself. So this is something that we are going to implement.
How
Like all
does
the notifications that you'll get in email should also go to your, yeah.
how does that work though? Like if the page permissions are dropped, you can never send a
Yeah, we
notification.
send it from the Clever Messenger bot actually, not
Okay.
from the, yeah.
And then okay, cool, yeah. Awesome. Michael, don't worry. Fix your headphones. Write in a ticket to support, and they will help you out.
They stopped
Um,
working right on the good moment, I think, when we were answering your question.
this was the conversation with Stefan's hint the other day, where he could click on a button in settings where they get started with the get started pop-ups. Many of us aren't seeing that in our Facebook settings. Okay, cool. Um, Many of us that I think there are like two or three people that didn't see that. I think that has to do with the page type you're using. Not sure if that's still a thing, but we can actually see that feature, and we're not having a special page at all. So you really got to figure out yourself in order to perhaps change the page type in order to see if you can get that thing to pop up. The only thing I can see, we are using it as a company. So that might be the only difference. If you are using it as a personal brand or community, it might not behave in the same way. So this is something you need to figure out, Rob.
I
That's
think this also has to do with your online presence on your page. So if Facebook detects that you are online at certain times and that you are actually answering questions very fast, then it will automatically make that pop-up happen once someone visits your page and it coincides with when you are actually online. That's what I could also observe from the
okay.
previous experiences on that particular thing. Yeah. So these pages probably they weren't pages that had first human interaction. So Facebook didn't get first data about it, how it works. So you need to give time for Facebook first to get data about if this page replies instantly or it replies anyways to requests. Once this is done and Facebook gets the data out of that, they will start promoting that live chat thing on your page.
Cool, nice guys. I think we're reaching to the 45-minute mark of this Q&A. Do you still want to hang back or wrap it up, Fuzzy? There's more than enough to do.
Okay.
Um, we do got a busy schedule for the rest of the day. It's almost dinner time, and after dinner time, I still need to do a lot of stuff. I need to get going. You too, Fao. So I guess.
Yeah. I think it's time to wrap
Guys,
up.
I want to thank you for your feedback. Thank you for the feedback on the templates. Thank you for your questions. Again, like these are questions that we are not prepared for at all. So some of these questions are really, really good. It's basically taking a look at the Clever Messenger app from a whole different perspective. I mean, we are in so deep, and getting your perspective on these things actually helps us to create some really cool stuff for you guys again. So again, a lot of value in the feedback. Keep that coming. Rob, Michael, a little bit of a deja vu at the start because you guys were the first to enter and are still here as well. Want to thank you in particular, and I hope you guys are. I really hope that you guys are there next week as well. Next week we're going to talk about the one-time notification. Um, Rob, again, you had a question about the lives and getting a little description. Again, I sent you the YouTube stuff. Take a look at that. Michael sent in a support ticket, and the rest that is watching this live right now, I'm not sure if Miles or Simon is still watching. Thank you for joining, guys, and appreciate you here as well. Um, that's me signing off. Fauzi, do you want to say before I forget my partner in crime?
I would like to thank you guys for attending and asking all these good questions and feedback. Again, just like Stefan mentioned, we'd like to see you again on the next sessions. And in the meanwhile, I hope that you will enjoy your boss building process. Support is there for you at our messenger bot or via our email. And yeah, you are what is making the software great. So just keep up the feedback and the good things coming. Thank you guys for attending, and let's speak next week. Thank you.
Awesome, guys. Appreciate you all. And I guess that's us waving. And bye for now.